If you happen to be a single man in his 30s, would you date a single mother? Why or why not? Been there. Married that. When it all goes to shit, you have nothing. And, you lose the stepkids in the process. Seems like a noble thing, but it worked out for me to be crippling. 1000% this happened to me too. Together for 6.5 years and raised the daughter from 2 to nearly 8. I don't miss my ex because of her cheating and narcissist abuse, but I do miss the kiddo who's caught in the crossfire with 2 guardians who, from what I saw, neither were equipped to handle a child. I keep reminding myself it's not my responsibility anymore, but man, it doesn't make it any easier. In my mid-20s I was more open to single parents as long as we dated for a while before introducing me, because the last thing I wanted to do was add to their kids' attachment issues. This particular ex did not do that at all and managed to frame every boundary crossing as a crisis or exception. For me, if they have a kid, I'm now on extra high alert for assessment because the relationship is a package deal. It's nothing particularly against single parents. People fall in and out love all the time, even with a kid in the mix. I just think the stakes are a bit higher because that child relies on their parent and may eventually come to emotionally rely on you. I'm looking to see that the potential partner handle the whole situation with care. Ditto. Been there, done that without the marriage part, thank God. Also been there, though thankfully didn't get married. Was cheated on. She moved in with the new 8==D and took the boy, family pet, and various other things while I was at work. Would I say this is a reason to never go there? No. However, when kids are involved, it's definitely a reason to go slow and careful. Damn, this hit me. It could be because it just happened to me. So sorry, brother. I did the same, but it's worked out to be the best thing I've ever done, despite its unique trials and tribulations over the years. Regardless, I hope you've been able to find some peace. I've been there. You definitely underestimate how strong your relationship with the kids can be. A breakup can be just as difficult for them. I live in a small town. I'm 39. Every single woman I go on dates with has a kid. In fact, I'm at a point in my life where, and I know this isn't true for every woman, but if you're beautiful, single, and have no kids by the time you're 30, triangular flag, triangular flag, triangular flag, triangular flag, triangular flag. Not a man here, but I'm in my 30s and I date women. You buried the most important part in the comments. 3 kids with 3 different fathers. Hell no. Being a single mom happens. Divorced, solo pregnancy by choice, etc. But 3 kids by 3 different fathers is bad judgment. And God forbid you become number 4. I don't have to worry about getting a woman pregnant and I still wouldn't go there. I don't have kids, but I 100% agree. I also think it's a huge red flag to be divorced multiple times by a certain age. I'm only 30 and I know one person who has been divorced twice and another 3 times already. We're around the same age. It would be different if someone got married too young and divorced, waited several years to get married again, but this marriage actually lasted several years and then they get divorced. But normally those types of people are in their 50s and 60s. Not their 30s LMAO. It's a huge glaring red flag to date someone with multiple kids from multiple fathers and to date someone who has multiple divorces under their belt before they're even middle-aged. If someone wants to ignore those flags and date them anyway, more power to them, but that ain't me. I know a guy who has 3 kids with 3 mothers. He makes me angry when he comes into the pub. He might come in with the most recent mother and their child to spend time together, I guess. He does love them, but he basically flits in and out of their lives. This happened to me last year. Together for over 7 years, stepson tells me I'm more of a dad than his actual father. Discover wife has been cheating on me. Lost everything, friends stopped talking to me. Edit, to add to this, Within 3 weeks she was posting pictures and videos on a secret OnlyFans, and within a month those videos contained another guy and not the one who I discovered the cheating with. One of my sister's friends believes she solves every marriage with pregnancy. She is on divorce number 3 and now fiancé number 4 with child number 4 on the way. Sorry to hear that. My mom and stepdad got divorced, but we still see him all the time. In fact, we see him more than my bio dad. I love the man. Even named my daughter after his mom. We were all older and out of the house by the time they divorced though, so if it had happened while we were too young to drive or decide who we wanted to see, then I guess we could have lost touch. I'm there, too. When we fight it's like I'm fighting with both of them. BC the daughter is so loyal to the mom and vice versa. I don't try to flex my authority or anything, but more just would like to not be seen as some adult obstacle that the mom is married to. I've really tried to love and be loved, but the undermining me in front of her and not being united over the years has resulted in me being a pariah in my own house. My wife would say I don't play a big enough role, but honestly it's that when I do try to take a bigger role, something insignificant I said or did is twisted and the kid goes behind my back and complains. Parenting a kid that isn't yours can have such a big payoff. My dad that raised me from 6 months old and gave me his last name wasn't my bio father but was overall pretty great, but the flip side is all the obligations and stress of parenting with little of the love and benefits. It's definitely not for everyone. I'm glad my mom was a decent person and didn't care if we saw our stepdad. I called him dad from 4 years old until he passed 2 years ago. I actually spent more time with him than I did her. He was the first person to hold my son. I miss him deeply. I feel it. 16 years and then I am a middle-aged man with no family after working so hard and doing so much for people that treat me like they never knew me. It was hard when I had to give up my dog when a former long-time relationship ended. Losing a child would be extremely hard. Been there and married that too. 2 teenage girls that were spoiled, manipulative, and conniving. Then add a mean mother-in-law into the mix. I felt like Sisyphus. One time, my wife and I were having an argument and the kid, about 22 at this point, says, "Mom, do you want me to call the cops and say that he hit you?" I should have bounced at that point, but I guess I had super low self-esteem. About 6 years forward to current times, we are divorced and I don't miss those brats one bit. As well-intentioned as a guy is in that situation, he will never be closer to that woman than her kids. Now, the stepdaughters are 29 and 30 and have both moved back in with her. To me it seems like a daily codependence fest, and I honestly feel sorry for my ex-wife, but she never taught those kids to thrive. Yep. This happens and it sucks real bad.